Okay, what's going on guys? Kids here, and welcome back to another video. So, today we'll show you a BLOODLETTER, basically a BLOODLETTER guide or showcase, aka the overview of BLOODLETTER in general. So, the BLOODLETTER will be my first weapon, what I will be overviewing, but basically I'll try to make it like daily, at least 1 or 2 weapons a day. I'll try to make separate videos and overviews, so whenever you thinking about picking a weapon or whatever, you can check out these guides and see. So basically, I'll show you first a ganking build and then a Hellgate build that I have seen few people use it. But in my opinion, this BLOODLETTER's playstyle is really fun and you can use it in a lot of cases. So basically, a ganking build. So basically the first is Hunter's Hood, so you go for swiftness or attack speed, and then you go for retaliate. If you're mainly going as a solo, then go for retaliate, because usually if you're killing a one guy, maybe he will turn on you. If you do this in groups and stuff, ganking, then go for howl, so extra slow, because usually people don't fight you if they see that you have more numbers than them. Then for the jacket, go either way Inferno Shield if you're by yourself, or ambush if you're with friends and stuff. And then use Soldier's Boots with Wanderlust. As well, the BLOODLETTER, usually both queues are good. Some queues are better, like I would say for solo, if you go as a solo, go for Sudden Strike. And if you are with teammates, then go for Assassin's Spirit. If you have 2 BLOODLETTERs on your team, then one guy picks one, another guy picks other. Then of course for the dash, Lagging Stab. And then either way, if you haven't unlocked, then go for the Deep Cut. If you have unlocked the ability, then go for attack speed, that every 6 normal attacks increases your attack speed bonus for 30%. So basically, whenever you have Assassin's Spirit with 3 stacks and constantly doing attack speed, it means that basically you'll have infinite amount of 30% attack speed that you'll be able to get in those 30%. While they're off, you'll be able to get 4 or 5 normal attack. So basically you can just 24/7 use this attack speed bonus. And then of course for the food, go for stew, so increase damage, and then go for the poison potion. Usually on really weak horses I use tier 6 poison potion, on higher horses up tier 6, 7 and 8 I use tier 8 potions. And of course 6-1 cape should be profitable. Of course gear should be also 6-1 or 4-2 if you can afford it. And the minimum I would say right now would be 42 if you haven't leveled up like myself, and a direwolf would be necessary in my opinion. So basically then a Hellgate build. So a Hellgate build, it changes a bit. So basically this is also like people think that BLOODLETTERs aren't viable for Hellgates. I thought myself that they are really bad, but I have seen few people done the new strategy with BLOODLETTERs and having the perfect comp for it. So basically the perfect comp is really good single target damage. So if the comp is made with a really high single target damage and BLOODLETTER as a 5th guy, whenever someone gets below 30%, BLOODLETTER just executes on one-shots, and basically the comp is made to kill the first guy in seconds. Or so basically just focus on the one guy, kill him, and then on other and the third. So of course other comps are made for other things, but BLOODLETTER is made for single target, really high DPS that can execute whenever someone gets low. So for this build we use the same Hunter's Hood for retaliate. Usually I would use it not for defensive, but whenever you see that people are starting to attack you. So usually you're in the front line because you're melee, so whenever a lot of people attack BLOODLETTERs because they think they're squishy and stuff. Whenever you see that at least your health is going 10 or 15% below, then you use automatically retaliate and all the damage will be back to them. Then for Assassin's Jacket, either way use ambush if you really feel safe with it, but I usually use Inferno Shield because you want at least 2 defensives. So I go for Infernal Shield and of course attack speed. And then Royal Shoes, I usually go for a attack speed or aka swiftness with the jump, or aka the Royal Shoes. In my opinion, Royal Shoes, every single person should use Royal Shoes. Maybe not the tanks, but everything else I really feel like royal shields are just best. So the royal shield, so basically you have two defensives. This is as offensive counts if you use it properly, and then as well you have double dash. So sometimes people also are thinking of going forbidden stab. So basically what this does is reduces healing by 40% for 5 seconds. So you can sometimes, if you feel like you're not doing enough damage, you can use this, but in my opinion, having two dashes, so just whenever someone gets low, dashing, just going into them, executing them, and dashing out, using it as a defensive to back off could be really good in my opinion. And of course use sudden armor, and then whenever you unlock, sleep is really good. So sleep is like an AoE, so whenever you do the sleep, it takes 1 or 2 seconds or a bit less to teleport to them, and whenever if you hit someone with the teleport, then he will be sleeping, so it's really good to use on healers. So basically on these things, either way, like I'm saying, all these three abilities are good. In my opinion, double dashes are just are really good for offensive and defensive play. And then of course going for attack speed, if you haven't leveled up, then deep cut, but usually for Hellgates and stuff you want to use attack speed ability, and at least want to be able to wear 6-1 gear. So then I usually go for Stew to increase my damage, but then potion, I usually use the same poison potion, or I use as well a resistance potion to have one more defensive. Because usually people think that bloodletters are really squishy and start to attack them. So what I usually do whenever I see someone attacking me, I either way pop my Inferno Shield and then retaliate both at the same time, or because usually people don't expect you to have retaliate, and they're doing so much damage, from example fire or frost, doing so much damage to you, but then they are getting their own health as well below whatever they have. And of course resistance could be also good as defensive. It's really important to have, because you, like right now, you have 3 offensives and 3 defensives. You can dash, you can play offensively and defensively. Of course, depending on your comp, you can either way go for more damage or more tankiness, aka defensive skills. Of course, Bloodletter, if we take off these things and just put Gathering Gear, it's the best for Bloodletter with Shield or Mistcaller are both the best to use while gathering. So basically you have here Gathering Set, the Gathering Backpack, you have Ice, Ambush Potions, and basically this is the best gathering weapon with Shield or Mistcaller, your personal preference. Basically Bloodletter is the highest mobility in the game, so of course that's why almost all of the gatherers use. And I also wanted to mention that it's also not only good for PvP, but also for gathering. It's the best weapon to use. So basically that's that. In my opinion, I really like the weapon's playstyle. Myself, I am skinning, so I use this weapon really oftenly and level up it passively. I'm also thinking maybe in future starting to do this in Hellgates and stuff. I have seen a lot of people doing that, but specific comp this can be really possible. Of course, for everything you need practice, so you need to practice your defensives, you need to practice your retaliate and everything. But if you use everything properly, you should be a deadly machine that executes whenever someone gets low. So basically that's that. In my opinion, this weapon is really great, and I should recommend everyone at least use it and try it, at least if not for PvP then for gathering. I have said in previous videos, I really feel like for you to enjoy fully the game, you need to be able to use a lot of weapons, and whatever situation you are, pick other weapons. So this is, in my opinion, a really good one. So also today, in 3 or 4 hours after this video will be live, I'll make another video about a Clarion Blade build. So basically check out that as well. Leave a like if this was helpful. Let me know in future for this type of reviews, weapon reviews, what should I implement. Maybe I also thought about adding like dual arenas, so maybe dueling someone, or maybe adding a other people Hellgate experience. I personally will try to make this type of episodes every single day, or sometimes even 2 episodes a day. We'll see how many, but I think every day should be enough. And then of course we'll go into more 5v5 compositions, the best weapons for GVGs, the best weapons for ganking, and other things like that in this review. So that's that. Leave a like and peace.